What is going on with you guys? We have a lot of fighter energy here. This could be a battle that you're fighting within yourself, or battles that you're picking with other people. So I'm going to pull a few more cards, but you guys are just very stuck. Whatever this means for you in your career, just in your life in general, or within a relationship, you're just feeling very stuck. And it shows you in the nicest way possible, not making any improvements or making any changes to make this situation better for yourself. It feels like you're just sitting in this energy, this stuck energy. And it feels like you're almost taking it out on other people. We're going to get a few more cards. It's going to be okay. Whoever needs to hear that, it's going to be okay. It almost just feels like you are projecting your anger and frustration onto the people around you. And yeah, you're just not happy where you are, and that's totally okay. What's not okay is you taking that on, I can't even talk. Is you taking that on people who care about you and people who might be willing to help you if you asked. There was an element of asking questions. I was taking that as asking for help. Like, don't be afraid to reach out to people. If your situation is bad because of like a living situation or something like that, the message was to reach out and ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Because there could be somebody in your corner who can help you with maybe like certain documents or something like that. There just could be an element of you being down and out on your luck because of maybe something that is completely out of your hands. For example, like a health issue or something. Something that's just a little too hard for you to truly sit and face. So you're just kind of, what's the word? Procrastinating, getting stuff done because the reality of it is just too hard right now. Let's get a few more cards. Yeah, don't be afraid to ask questions, because you never know who might be able to help you if you just reach out. Okay. Okay, dang. And I was feeling the Ace of Pentacles a lot today. Random, but I have this little sand dollar. And it's kind of like golden colored, but can you see? It's like, so I was feeling that all day, the Ace of Pentacles. So, and this could be, okay. This could be an offering of some sort, but it involves you reaching out to somebody who is willing and, oh my gosh. It involves you reaching out to somebody who, even if you don't know if this person is able to help you, this person is willing to help you. And it does seem like something financial, even if it's like money coming in or requesting money through some sort of a service. It's coming in. So whatever this like stuck energy you're just sitting in, and kind of taking out all of your frustration onto other people, because that's what I'm seeing. Take that how it fits in your life, but that's just how it feels, right? Or maybe you're just taking it out on yourself, right? But it involves you reaching out to people for help, asking questions. There was an element of like, ask the question, whatever that is for you. Like, don't be afraid to just ask, because you never know. You never know who's going to be on the other side, who maybe has advice, influence, and can get you the things that you need or are searching for. But there's a new start, you guys. Like this, it's beautiful. It's just on the other side of getting out of your own head, not being afraid to actually reach out and ask for help. Because it seems like you have somebody in mind or something in mind. If this is like a company or some sort of like program that you think might be able to help you, but maybe you just don't know anything about it, so you're too afraid to just like pick up your phone, make a phone call and ask a couple questions, or like speak to a representative. I don't know, but all it takes is just making that phone call. And it's like, it's golden. It's like just asking the question, asking for help, just straight up, just reaching out. It's as simple as that. And you're going to be met with this thing that you're searching for. This doesn't have to be money, but it looks like it. Some sort of an opportunity. You just have to ask. You just have to ask. It's not that hard. No, I get it. I've been there, where you're just kind of down and out and you're almost maybe a bit embarrassed to ask for help, especially if you don't have all of the knowledge about the resources that you're like acquiring. It can be, it can be embarrassing to just be like, hey, I need this thing, but I don't fully understand what I'm asking for. That's okay. Google it. Like, there are so many ways for you to inform yourself. It just requires you to pick up that phone, do the research, reach out for help, ask some questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question. And if somebody makes you feel stupid for asking a question that you're genuinely needing the answer to, then that is not your issue, okay? Don't be afraid to ask the stupid question. That's how you learn. That's how you learn, okay? And once you do, okay? Once you do, it's like you're being met with what you need. You just have to get out of your own head. Nothing gets done if you don't do anything, okay? And I'm sorry if I'm harsh. I'm sorry. I get it. I've been here. And that's why I'm getting so tough lovey on you. It's because I see the outcome. I see the outcome and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. You have the Knight of Cups here too. It's a beautiful energy. You have the Ace of Pentacles, and I've been feeling the Ace of Pentacles all day. I even brought this out before my reading. It's kind of golden-ish, a little sand dollar. And I've been feeling it all day, the Ace of Pentacles. It just requires you to get out of your own way and ask for help. Or to ask the questions. There was something about ask the question, and that was it. It's like it seems so simple, but yet it's not, because you're so stuck in your head, and I fully understand that. I get it. You're like, what if I reach out for help and nobody's there on the other side? What if I make a complete fool out of myself? Make a fool out of yourself. Learn, try new things, take the risk, because wouldn't you rather take the risk and have it work out than just sitting in this like stuck, like miserable energy? And even if you take the risk and it doesn't work out, at least you tried, okay? At least you tried, but it shows it working out. That's the thing. That's the thing, okay? So ask as many stupid questions as you need to get the answers that you need. Because you have nothing to lose. And you never know who you are going to meet. Like, just getting out of your house, walking into any office, asking questions. Like, you never know. I'm gonna do a little story time, but I feel like this fits really well. So there was a really important piece of material that I needed, but it was way too expensive. And this was for the business that I was working for. So I went and I searched in so many like thrift stores trying to find a cheaper version of this thing that I needed, because I was working for a nonprofit, so we couldn't really afford to be spending too much money. Anyways, I went on a search for this very expensive thing, and I couldn't find it anywhere. And randomly, I was just asking one of the storekeepers, like, hey, do you have this thing? Because she eventually did have it, but it was way out of our price range. So I just kind of asked the question. I was like, hey, is there any way you could do a discount for this nonprofit that I'm working for? And yes, it was not a crazy question, but I asked the question because I was in need. We needed this thing, right? So I asked the question, even though I didn't want to try to seem like I was taking advantage of another small business, but I just asked the question. Even if it meant her shutting me down, right? I asked the question. She said, of course, no, we don't do that. And I said, okay, that's totally fine. And somebody in line behind me actually heard me asking the question to the storekeeper. And she said, hey, I actually have one of those things on my property. And she gave it to me for free. She gave it to me for free because she overheard me asking the shopkeeper for a discount. All because I asked the question. You never know who could be listening. You never know who you can meet. You never know who is going to be willing to help you, willing to be charitable towards you. All it takes is you asking the question. That's all it takes. Let's get one more card. But this is a beautiful outcome. I'm proud of you guys. Once you eventually do get out of your own head and start seeking help, start seeking the resources that you need, whatever means that is, right? By person, by program, institution, whatever that is. Because you're resilient. You're resilient. You got this. You could have a lot of social anxiety too, just in me. And I fully understand this too, where sometimes it's just being in a crowded place really stresses you out. Like if this is you going to like the DMV, again, just very random, but just like you need to go get your real ID or something, but it requires you going into the DMV, waiting in line. You're not sure what kind of documents you need, and all of it is stressing you out. That's a very weird example, but that happened to me recently, and my social anxiety kicked in. And it was just, I was getting so overwhelmed by everybody in that office, and it was just so crowded, and it was just stressing me out. And even just asking a question to the lady at the front desk was kind of hard. Like, it was hard because I was too overwhelmed and anxious. So I fully understand that, you know, I can sit here and say, just ask the question, just do the thing, it's not that hard. But I understand that it is. If you're just not in the right headspace, if you have been isolating yourself for a really long time, or if you're just in an energy where you're just like, everything is setting you off. Like, one tiny little thing is making you freak out. Like, I've been there. We've all been there. But on the other side of that is this. So show up scared. If your voice has to shake, let it shake. Do your thing. Be cringy. Make a fool out of yourself. It really doesn't matter, because on the other side of that is this. You truly have nothing to lose. So go for it. Get your Ace of Pentacles. Ask the stupid questions. Okay. Love you guys. Bye.